So good morning friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, here we are about to start the session. So the PDF for today's session has already been uploaded. आज के सेशन का PDF अपलोड हो चुका है. Sufficient number of people have already joined us. मोहित, इस्तिखार, पूजा, अनिल, विवेक, अजय, संतोष, यमनदीप, अनमोल, वैभव, संयुक्ता, good morning. So we are about to start the session. So I was on leave for a couple of days. Rakesh, good morning. So without wasting much time, let's see what exactly is there for us in today's newspaper. देखते हैं आज की अखबार हमारे लिए क्या खास लेके आई है. So here we start the session. Now as you can see on the screen, live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. This is the message that Mahatma Gandhi has given to us. Means live as if you were to die tomorrow means work on present. Your effort in present should be with the maximum capacity. That's the message. Okay, give your best, give your everything to the present. Give your best, give your everything to the present. So marta kya na karta, this is the proverb that we use. Marta kya na karta means that when you are about to die, you will try everything. You will try everything. And next line he is saying that learn as if you were to live forever. Means that make sure that whatever you are learning, your dedication should be there in that. Why it is there? Because you want to keep that knowledge throughout your life. आप अपनी life में वो knowledge अपने पास रखना चाहते हो throughout your life. Means if you are focusing on learning, then your effort should be at max. Your effort should be at its maximum so that you can retain that learning throughout the life. That's the message. That's the message. Whatever effort that you are putting in your learning, this thing be there in your mind that this is your investment. This is your investment for your future, because your knowledge is going to help you out throughout your life. Knowledge कभी waste नहीं होती है. आपकी knowledge कभी waste नहीं होगी. It is going to help you out throughout your life. Your knowledge is going to provide support to you. Your knowledge is going to be the base for your remuneration. आपके पास पैसा भी तभी आएगा अगर knowledge होगी तो. Because at present we say that 21st century we are moving towards knowledge based industry. आप किसी भी इंडस्ट्री की बात कर लीजिए, we are moving towards knowledge based world. This is the information age. This is the informative age. That's the point you have to understand. So your effort should be at its max to gather the information, to make sure that throughout the life you will have a smooth journey. That's the message Mahatma Gandhi has given to us. Okay, so one student is asking, Rohit Kumar, please tell us about India-ASEAN relation. What exactly do you want to know? So if the topic is there in today's newspaper, I will be picking it up randomly. We can't take India-ASEAN relations. Chaliye. So BJP seeks floor test in House. CM makes fresh plea to rebels. Okay, so this is what is going on, and floor test has to be done in the House. Okay, why this statement is important? Because earlier what these politicians used to do, they used to parade their supporters. Means whatever support they used to have in terms of numbers, MLA जितने नंबर में हैं वो जाके क्या करते थे, they used to parade them in front of speaker or sometimes in front of governor. गवर्नर के सामने परेड करा देते थे. So at that time, Supreme Court came out with the judgment that okay, no, that parading activity cannot be carried out in front of governor. That has to be done at the level of, at the place of हाउस whatever फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पे आपको जाके बात करनी है. दैट्स वाई वी यूज द टर्म फ्लोर टेस्ट, इसलिए फ्लोर टेस्ट करके एक टर्म भी यूज होती है. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन राइट नाउ. So along with this, so we have this news, G7 to cap Russia's income from oil. Okay, so this is what G7 is trying to do. So G7 to cap Russia's income from oil sales. Basically, they want Russia to pay. That's why they want to impose, restrictions on Russia. Okay, restrictions जितनी ज़्यादा रशिया के ऊपर होंगी, they have this idea that Russian economy will come under pressure. Their economy will come under pressure, and as their economy will come under pressure, there can be a chance that political reforms may start. Okay, तो पॉलिटिकल रिफॉर्म्स स्टार्ट होंगे, ऐसा इनको उम्मीद है, दैट पीपल ऑफ रशिया दे विल स्टार्ट protesting against the Vladimir Putin and many more things. This is what they're trying to do. But it is very unlikely because we have seen Russia has really good friends like India. So those economic sanctions that have been brought by the European and the Western countries, means US, those are appearing to be ineffective, as country like India, they are buying oil from Russia, and like Russia is now our second highest, you can say, oil supplier. दूसरा सबसे बड़ा हो गया है एकदम से. Okay, so this is what is the news. So it won't be easy. Same is the case with China. China is also buying oil from Russia. So that's the scenario. Now when you talk about G7 countries, so you have Canada, Italy, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Britain and United States. Okay, so earlier there used to be G8 countries. पहले क्या होता था, G8 country होते थे, and Russia also used to be the part of it. Okay, so after the Russian invasion of Crimea, जब रशिया ने क्रीमिया के ऊपर हमला किया, तो Russia was thrown out and then they were left with just G7 countries. So this is what you should know. ये पूरी स्टोरी आपको मालूम होनी चाहिए, ठीक है ना. सो विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. आगे चलते हैं. जुबैर पुलिस कस्टडी एक्सटेंडेड फॉर 4 days. नाउ दिस इज द डिबेट. वन, वी हैव फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन. एक तरफ है आपका फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन कि कितना हमें लिबर्टी होनी चाहिए, एंड पैरेलल टू दैट इज योर security interest, because somehow if someone is trying to speak against any other religion, then there are good chances that it may turn up into a security crisis. Okay, ऐसा हो सकता है. So we don't want this thing to happen. ये चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए. That's why we have to maintain a balance between freedom of speech and other things. Okay, so ये चीज़ समझना ज़रूरी है, ठीक है ना, ये चीज़ समझना ज़रूरी है. So before moving to next, one student has this doubt. So just give me a minute. I'll take directly to the editorial section. सीधा editorial section पे जाएंगे, आपको लेके जाते हैं. चलिए. So here we have this thing. Before that, okay, SSS Independent is asking, MLAs can't join a party. Can they support a party to form a government? Does it come under the defection law? So independent MLAs, they cannot join a party. ठीक है ना, they cannot join a party. Just make sure joining a party will lead to defection, but they can definitely give support. They can be part of the government. Government का part होना और party join करना, they both are different things. Is it clear? So Mr. Srinath Reddy is asking, sir, if there are by-elections due to any cause, do the interest of people will mostly on the part of party of or the person caste ability of their particular constitution? I am not able to address, understand your question. You are saying, sir, if there are by-elections due to any cause, do the interest of people will mostly on the party, means what? So, or the person caste ability of the particular constitution. Mr. Srinath Reddy, please do come up with the clear statement. चलिए. So let's move to the next part now. आगे चलते हैं. तो देखिए. So Shiv Sena at the political crossroads. Okay, so this is what is going on right now. So political turmoil is going on. See, we will not get into the party politics angle here, but we'll try to extract how things are turning up for our electoral democracy. अब ये electoral democracy के लिए क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पे? So you need to understand this thing. Now, how opportunism or opportunist politics creates a problem. So Shiv Sena, they fought this election with BJP. Shiv Sena, like it was an alliance. It was Shiv Sena BJP alliance. Then Shiv Sena moved out and formed a government with Congress, NCP. That was the equation. तो आप जिनके साथ लड़े थे उनके साथ तो खड़े नहीं हो. It means that at present, these days, your ideological inclinations doesn't make any difference. आप जैसे जनता को बेवकूफ बना के इलेक्शन जीत जाओ, and after that you can decide which party you want to join. किस पार्टी को ज्वाइन करना है, कैसे नहीं करना, आप उसके बाद वो डिसाइड कर सकते हो. So this is the scenario that is going on, and this is the alarming one. Why I am saying that ये बहुत alarming है? Alarming in the sense that this is not good for the health of our democracy. See, we elect certain leaders and we have some expectations from them. कुछ उनसे expectation है हमारे यहाँ पे. But here things are turning out to be different. They are not working as per our expectation. They are just working just to remain in power. तो ये तो power politics हो रही है. It is not for the welfare of the people they are staying in power. Just for the, you can say, power politics, they are doing it. That's the point you have to understand. This is not good for the health of the democracy, because at the end of the day, people are going to lose their trust on these politicians. जनता के ऊपर आपका विश्वास जो है वो हट जाएगा. That's bit problematic. Okay, that's bit problematic. So we'll move to the next part. Next is you're remembering the plan man of India. So here we will be learning few things about the Mahalanobis, PC Mahalanobis. Okay, so he is known as the plan man of India. So he has established the statistical institute that is there in India, and he brought the importance of statistics in making policies. तो ये जो स्टैटिस्टिक्स के बेस पे आप पॉलिसी बनाते हो, दैट्स द रियली इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. एंड व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट? बिकॉज यू नीड टू ऐड रैशनैलिटी इन पॉलिसी मेकिंग. कहीं ना कहीं रैशनैलिटी आपको डालनी होती है अपनी पॉलिसी मेकिंग के अंदर, एंड द पॉलिसी शुड बी बेस्ड ऑन द फैक्ट्स. Facts should guide your decisions. Whatever decision that you are going to take, facts should be the guiding, you can say, principle. So here we know that 29th of June is celebrated as National Statistic Day in recognition of contribution made by Professor Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis, who is known as the Plan Man of India. Now he established the statistical culture in India, and specifically in India's planning. So ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन हमें मालूम होनी चाहिए. ठीक है. नाउ द क्वेश्चन, इफ यूपीएससी वांट्स टू प्रिपेयर अ क्वेश्चन, अगर यूपीएससी को देखो इस पे क्वेश्चन बनाना है, इट इज वेरी अनलाइकली दैट क्वेश्चन विल बी आस्क्ड इन मेंस में ना हो, बट फॉर योर प्रीलिम्स डेफिनेटली यू हैव सम वैल्यूएबल कंटेंट. एंड व्हाई आई एम एडिंग दिस प्रीलिम्स एंगल टू दिस? Okay, see, we have seen UPSC is asking post independence question. यूपीएससी रेगुलरली पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस के क्वेश्चन आपके प्रीलिम्स में पूछ रहा है. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज द न्यू ट्रेंड, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी नीड टू नो द कंट्रीब्यूशन मेड बाय द पीसी Mahalanobis. नाउ he brought the idea of using statistics in improving your planning, in improving your efficiency. But his life was also associated with Rabindranath Tagore. Now, there are some factual informations, like Tagore was the first one who coined the Bengali word Rashibjanan for statistics. Okay. Now, question can be asked on Rashibjanan, that this term associates with what? सीधा प्रीलिम्स में मैं क्वेश्चन बनाऊंगा कि ये Rashibjanan जो है ये किस पर्टिकुलर टर्म के लिए यूज किया जाता है. Then you should be knowing it that it is associated with the statistics. Okay. In 1933, Mahalanobis founded Sankhya, the Indian Journal of Statistics. Okay. Now this itself is a factual information, and you should be knowing about it. You should be, aware about it. That Sankhya was the journal that was started by Mahalanobis. Okay. So Mahalanobis ने start किया था, and apart from that, you should know another fact that Tagore's dance drama Basant had a premiere at the Kolkata University Institute Auditorium. सो बसंत नाम का डांस ड्रामा जो है वो भी टैगोर साहब ने लिखा था. ये भी इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे लिए काम की हो जाती है. सो दीज आर द फैक्चुअल थिंग्स दैट यू शुड बी नोइंग रिगार्डिंग योर प्रीलिम्स. ओके, सो विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. आगे चलते हैं. सो यू मस्ट बी happy that someone is writing for, you know, increasing the government jobs. Okay, so here Varun Gandhi has written this editorial and he is suggesting that government should focus on increasing the government jobs, because we have seen over the years the government jobs are decreasing. See, whenever we talk about this thing, we have to see things from different angles. Okay, so you must be knowing about that we are following the policy of neoliberalism. Okay, we are following the policy of neoliberalism, which says that you have to give space for private, you can say, enterprises. Private enterprises आएंगे यहाँ पे, and plus the state should be small. State मतलब सरकार, सरकारी नौकरियां small होनी चाहिए. State should be small but powerful. Okay, state should be small but powerful. So not Mahatma Gandhi, like our Prime Minister Modi ji, he also said that there should be minimum government, maximum governance. Okay, minimum government, maximum governance. That we need to minimize the government, size of the government, but at the same time the governance should be maximized. So this is the policy that your government is following at present. आपकी सरकार ये policy follow कर रही है. प्राइवेट के लिए प्लेस फैसिलिटेट करना है, स्टेट को स्मॉल करना है और पावरफुल बनाना है. द पॉइंट इज दिस, कैन वी सस्टेन विद दिस मॉडल? एंड अदर पॉइंट इज दैट वी हैव सीन ड्यूरिंग द कोरोना क्राइसिस. ओके, सो कोरोना क्राइसिस, इट वाज ओनली द स्टेट मशीनरी दैट वाज वर्किंग. प्राइवेट सेक्टर तो कहीं पे दिख भी नहीं रहा था. नॉट इवन द प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स, they were not visible at all. So that was the scenario. It means that we cannot undermine the importance of public sector और सरकारी नौकरी. आप रातों रात अंडरमाइन नहीं कर सकते हो इनकी इंपॉर्टेंस को. They are quite important. They are quite important. So this is the fact that should be known to you. So here in this editorial he is discussing about few things, that between 2018 and 2020 about 25,000 Indians, they committed suicide. Okay, so it means that suicide among youth is also going on. यूथ के अंदर भी कुछ सुसाइड जो है उसका यहाँ पे नंबर बढ़ रहा है, एंड दैट्स बिट प्रॉब्लमेटिक, बिकॉज एट वन पॉइंट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड. एक तरफ हम शोर मचाते हैं कि हम डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड की बात करेंगे. ओके, एंड द सेम यूथ, इफ they are suiciding, then it's a sad thing for us. हमारे लिए सोचने की बात है, because we need to recognize where are we going wrong. चीजें कहाँ गलत हो रही हैं, ये हमें सोचना पड़ेगा. That's the point. That's the point. So the problem is twofold. First, vacancies in the government are not being filled at a sufficient pace. See, the point is this: at one point you are not carrying out, you can say, process of रिक्रूटमेंट. एक तरफ आप रिक्रूटमेंट नहीं कर रहे हो, ठीक है ना. पैरेलल टू दैट यू हैव वैकेंसीज दैट आर इन लैक्स, लाखों की टेंडेंसी में वैकेंसीज यहां पे पड़ी हैं. सो दिस इज अ पैराडॉक्स. दिस इज अ पैराडॉक्स. सो यू हैव ओवर 60 lakh वैकेंसीज इन गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स अक्रॉस इंडिया. Alone in central government it is just 9.1 lakh. 2 lakh vacancies in public sector banks. State police 5.3 lakh vacancies. Schools 8.3 lakh vacancies. Now this is the number. This is the number. How are you going to perform? अगर आपके पास मैन पावर ही नहीं होगी तो आप परफॉर्म कैसे करोगे? That's the question we have to address here. So government has sought to push for recruitment for 10 lakh. मोदी जी ने बोला कि 10 लाख लोग हम भर्ती करेंगे. ठीक है, okay, fine. But this is just a small thing. This is just a small effort. Look at the number of vacancies that are there. 60 lakh vacancies are there. What about those? What about those? Other problem is that whatever vacancies that are being filled, now we are moving towards contractual jobs. परमानेंट सरकारी नौकरी नहीं मिलती है, उनको कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल जॉब्स की तरफ ज्यादा जाना पड़ता है. ओके, that is also bit problematic. That is also bit problematic because whenever you are part as a government servant, जब आप सरकारी बाबू होते हो, गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट होते हो, there are some expectations. There are some expectations from you and you have to fulfill those expectations. आपको वो expectations पूरे करने पड़ते हैं पब्लिक सर्वेंट होने के लिए. But if someone is on contract, definitely he will not be interested in serving the society with the same zeal. उसी सेम जील के साथ वो पढ़ाने में, वो काम करने में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होगा. ओके, so he will be always thinking that okay, he is not permanent, he will be leaving this institute one day, ऐसा चलता रहेगा उसमें. This is the point. This is the point. तो ये चीज समझनी जरूरी है. ठीक है जी. So about 6.9 million working in a key flagship welfare scheme with low wages. That's the number. Wages are also not high. Contractual jobs में कोई wages भी ज्यादा नहीं है. So this is the present scenario right now. अब ये चीज चल रही है यहाँ पे. But can we sustain with the same way? क्या आप इसको सेम तरीके से सस्टेन कर सकते हो? Or is it justifiable to increase the contractual employment? There are some sectors where we have shortage of staff, police, healthcare. वहां पे आप एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हो. एंड बाय डूइंग दैट यू विल बी एबल टू फैसिलिटेट द सिटीजन ऑफ योर कंट्री. अगर आप इन एरियाज में नौकरियां पैदा करते हो तो आप अपने कंट्री, अपने सिटीजन के लिए भी फैसिलिटेट करोगे वो. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. एंड हियर दिस इज द वे. सो वी नीड ऑफ वर्किंग ऑन गुड क्वालिटी जॉब्स. उनके ऊपर हमारा फोकस डालना जरूरी है. यू हैव टू क्रिएट सर्टेन, you can say, jobs in public health. Those are not wasteful expenditure, those are rather your assets. वो आपके assets हैं, because it will make your population healthy. That's the focus we should be looking up to. And there are other areas, say renewable power generation, so we can work on job creation in those areas. Solar power generation, manufacturing of solar panels, solid waste managements. So these are green jobs, and by increasing the jobs in these particular areas, we are going to address twin objectives. आप एक तरफ से अपने climate change के against जो fight है उसको आप ठीक से कर पाओगे. Along with that, you will be able to facilitate the employment. आप अपने youth के लिए employment भी facilitate कर पाओगे. That's the major benefit we are going to get here. So ये चीजें हैं. Encourage urban farming with significant job potential in permaculture, gardening, nursery management. So these are the opportunities and we need to create jobs in them. ये चीज हमें करनी जरूरी है. You have to look for the other areas. Okay, that's the point here. So we'll move to the next part now. आगे चलते हैं. So here we have this explained component of China's intervention in the Horn of Africa. Okay, so primarily when we talk about Horn of Africa, it means सोमालिया की यहाँ पे बात हो रही है. ठीक है ना. तो ये कुछ मैप आप देख सकते हो. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड हॉर्न ऑफ अफ्रीका एंड वी हैव सीन ओवर द ईयर्स Chinese investment is increasing in Africa. Now earlier China used to be a just investor in Africa, but right now China is exploring the security role. कहीं ना कहीं security relations को improve करना and all, those are also being explored here. वो भी अब आज जो है चाइना एक्सप्लोर कर रहा है. So this is a new thing that is taking place here. See, the point is this: whenever we talk about Africa, India is a competitor. We have to compete. We have to compete with China. That's the major focus. So if whatever China is doing, वो आपको उस पर नजर रखनी पड़ेगी. So the point is this: is Beijing moving away from its policy of non-intervention in Africa? Because earlier there used to be some cases where China used to intervene in the African politics. अब ऐसा है कि क्या ये पीछे हट रहा है, ये सवाल यहाँ पर डाला गया है. Okay, so their foreign minister asserted that China's three main objectives in Africa are controlling the pandemic, implementing a forum on China-Africa cooperation outcomes. So this is the forum that is existing where they discuss things, where they look for the priority areas. और ये कह रहे हैं कि whatever will be the outcome of those particular discussions, we will be focusing upon them. And then the third is that upholding common interest while fighting the hegemony politics. Okay, so this is what China is looking forward. मतलब चाइना अच्छी अच्छी बातें कर रहा है कि ना तो वो हेजेमनी मेंटेन करेगा, मतलब अपना डोमिनेंस दिखाएगा, ना किसी और का डोमिनेंस बनने देगा, ठीक है ना। तो ये चीज यहाँ पे चाइना कर रहा है। ओके, now then we know that China also has this debt trap policy where China is giving loan to these countries, और loan जब repay ना कर पाओ then China will ask for some political concessions. Okay, कुछ political या economic concession they will ask. This is how things are done. This is how things are done. अब ये चीज बनती है, ऐसे जो है डेट ट्रैप की पॉलिसी वो फॉलो करता है। नाउ द पॉइंट इज दिस, whatever is happening there, is it just limited to one or two country, or this design is for the pan African area? क्या पूरे सब अफ्रीका के कंट्रीज के साथ ऐसा होने वाला है, चाइना इंटरवेंशन नहीं करेगा, whatever it is saying? Okay, so this is the present scenario that is coming up into, but one thing is for sure, China aims to play the role in the security area. And in this particular conference, multiple countries that participated, okay, so they are working on some ideas कि किस तरीके से हम security role explore करें for China. Apart from that, 4 resolutions were adopted way back in 2021. अब ये चीज आपको याद रखनी है, you have to know them, ये factual है, and this is important for your prelims. Okay, prelims के लिए important है that Dakar action plan is associated with what? So this is the question that I can frame, Dakar action plan. Now Dakar action plan, if you talk about, it is a plan, an outcome of China Africa, you can say forum. Okay, so ये उसका outcome है, and they come out with the conclusion that they will be working on you can say improving the health of water bodies, lakes, उनकी हेल्थ को improve करने के लिए this particular plan was suggested. So this is what we should know. This is what we should know. Now we'll move to the next news item. Next news item is your G7 plan. Okay, so they want to counter Belt and Road Initiative. That's why they want to increase their investment. So this is what is going on here. Okay, so G7 countries, now Joe Biden along with the other allies, they have announced something called Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment. Okay, so the idea is that they will be balancing out the Belt and Road Initiative of China. उसको किसी तरीके से ये बैलेंस करेंगे. There are 4 priority areas. Okay, energy security, bolstering the digital information, ICT network, promoting gender equality and equity. So these are the areas that we'll be focusing upon, and they are ready to invest nearly $600 billion by 2027. So this is the idea that they are coming out with, and they are saying that it is going to be a game changer, because whatever construction activity that will be carried out, it will be completely in a transparent manner. Okay, so Belt and Road Initiative में बहुत झोल है. कंट्रीज दे डोंट नो कि कैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है, कहाँ से कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रही है, बिकॉज चाइना अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट लेके आता है, अपनी मशीनरी लेके आता है, एंड अपनी ही लेबर लेके आता है. सो हेयर दे विल नॉट बी डूइंग थिंग्स इन दिस वे, सो दे आर प्रोमिसिंग टू बी बिट ट्रांसपेरेंट. ऐसा ऐसा चल रहा है यहाँ पे. सो विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, आगे चलते हैं. सो हेयर वी हैव दिस जीएसटी रिफॉर्म नीड्स अ न्यू ग्रैंड बार्गेन. ओके, so we know that this GST thing is again popping up. Why? Because the issue of compensation. अब देखो ये मामला कैसे बना था, कंपनसेशन की पूरी डिबेट कहाँ से शुरू हुई थी. GST was introduced in 2017 and the idea was that one nation there should be one tax. Okay, so ये हमारा आइडिया था, बट हमारे यहाँ पे टैक्स के रेट्स जो है स्लैब्स वर डिफरेंट. ठीक है ना, वी हैड 4 डिफरेंट स्लैब्स. सो things were like this. Okay, चीजें कुछ इस तरीके से थी. Apart from that, the bargain was that the major decision will be taken up by the GST Council कि कितना रेट इंटरेस्ट कैसे जो है टैक्स का रेट डिसाइड होगा and all those things. And states they decided that they will give up their taxation power. Okay, क्योंकि अब सब कुछ GST Council डिसाइड कर रहा है, तो वो अपने टैक्सेशन पावर को खो देंगे, except for 3 areas, that is your petrol, that is your liquor. Okay, liquor, petrol and the duty that is levied on the land. तो जमीन के जो ट्रांजैक्शन होते हैं उसके ऊपर अभी भी GST नहीं लगता है. So this is the arrangement that was there. This is the arrangement that was there. ये चीज facilitate हुई. What happened was that some of the states स्पेसिफिकली द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्टेट्स। ओके, अब जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्टेट्स थे उनको इससे नुकसान हुआ, बिकॉज जीएसटी इज अ डेस्टिनेशन बेस्ड टैक्स। द कलेक्शन विल बी डन एट द ट्रांजेक्शन, जहां पे ट्रांजेक्शन हो रहा होगा वहां पे। सपोज इफ देर इज अ मोटरसाइकिल दैट विल बी कंस्ट्रक्टेड और यू कैन से बिल्ट इन तमिलनाडु, अब रॉयल एनफील्ड की मोटरसाइकिल है वो तमिलनाडु में बन रही है, एंड द सेल इज गोइंग ऑन इन यूपी, सो टैक्स कलेक्शन पूरा का पूरा यूपी में होगा, ठीक है ना। सो दिस इज द पॉइंट, दिस इज द पॉइंट। सो इट्स अ डेस्टिनेशन बेस्ड टैक्स, इसको डेस्टिनेशन बेस्ड टैक्स इसलिए बोल देते हैं। So this was the scenario. So they carried out this bargain, and it was also decided that those states which are losing the revenue, some compensation will be provided to them. जो revenue lose करेंगे उनको compensation मिलेगा for 5 years. Now 2017 to 2022, okay, those 5 years are completed. In those particular times we had corona आया, 2 साल तो कोरोना की वजह से नुकसान हो गया। Okay, so that was the scenario. Neither your central government has the revenue to pay for that compensation. States government की तो वैसे ही हालत पतली थी, because major expenditure was carried out by the states. Health आपका state list का subject है, it's a state list subject. So that was the scenario, that was the scenario. So as I told you, states, they gave up their right to collect taxes, and center gave up excise and service tax, etc. Okay, so there was also a consent of the states that whatever loss they will be making up, so that will be reimbursed for the period of 5 years. अब 5 साल तो चले गए, और during the corona, this when the corona was at its peak, so states they demanded that compensation. States ने बोला कि आप हमें compensation दे दो. Center somehow didn't do much. Okay, that's the major criticism that your center government has to face. उन्होंने ज्यादा नहीं किया, and they said that states they have to handle things on their own. Now the point is this, you have to understand one thing. States they do not have resources as center has. States के पास limited resources हैं. That's the point. So in terms of aggregate public sector borrowing, it doesn't matter for the debt market whether it is state or the center. ये चीज समझना जरूरी है. इंडिविजुअल स्टेट्स वर आस्क्ड दैट ओके यू कैन टेक मनी फ्रॉम द मार्केट, आप पैसा उधार ले लो मार्केट से. दैट वाज बिट प्रॉब्लमेटिक. Then you have to fight against this recession. Already the economic slowdown is going on. Okay, so आप कैसे चीजों को मैनेज करोगे? It is going to be difficult. Okay, it is going to be difficult. So this led to the loss of trust between center and the state, that here it was appearing that at the time of crisis center is not helping states. ये चीज निकल के सामने आ रही थी. It was a difficult situation. So states gave up their collection rights. ऐसा क्यों किया गया? Because GST promised a frictionless commerce across the states. They have this idea that tax collection is going to increase. कि जब चीजें एकदम फ्रिक्शनलेस हो जाएंगी, स्मूथ हो जाएंगी, पेपर वर्क विल बी मिनिमाइज, एंड एट दैट टाइम मोर पीपल विल बी विलिंग टू पे टैक्सेस, सो इट विल बी अ फैसिलिटेटर. दैट वाज द आइडिया. एंड बिफोर दैट देयर यूज्ड टू बी अ कास्केडिंग इफेक्ट होता है, टैक्स ऑन टैक्स लगता है. पहले सेंटर के टैक्स लगते हैं, उसके ऊपर स्टेट का टैक्स ऊपर से लग जाता है, तो टैक्स के ऊपर टैक्स लग रहा है यहाँ पे. सो दैट कास्केडिंग इफेक्ट वाज कंप्लीटली गॉन, उसको यहाँ पे हटाया गया. This is how the complexity of the taxation system has been strengthened, means complexity has been reduced. This was the idea. ये तरीका हमने रखा था. Now I told you about this thing. Here the states are demanding that okay please help us out, आप हमें help कीजिए. तो what is the way out? अब उसका तरीका क्या होगा? So you have, one suggestion is that you have to again come out with the bargain 2.2. that allow states to go for taxes on some areas. कुछ और sectors हैं जैसे sin areas आप लेके आओ, tobacco, okay, liquor, where states can introduce tax, जहाँ पे states जो है वो अपना tax लगा सके अपनी requirement के according. That this is one of the suggestion. Other suggestion is that we need to have a uniform rate. अभी आप 4 slabs में काम कर रहे हो, एक rate लेके आओ. This is what Australia model is. Australia had 10% as common tax that they are collecting. So in the same way we can have this single rate of 12% to cover everything, सारी चीजें उसमें cover हो जाएंगी, 12% टैक्स लगाओ आप सिर्फ, and leave some areas, sin goods जैसे liquor, tobacco, polluting goods for the state to be taxed. वो states government अपने हिसाब से टैक्स लगाए उनके ऊपर. This is what we can explore. ये चीज हमें यहाँ पे explore करनी पड़ेगी. This is what they are suggesting. अदर देन दैट देर इज नथिंग मच, कुछ खास नहीं है वहां पे. ओके, सो एनएचआरसी एडवाइजरी टू द सेंटर एंड द स्टेट्स ऑन ट्रक ड्राइवर्स राइट्स. ओके, सो दे आर सेइंग दैट ट्रक ड्राइवर्स दे आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू आवर इकोनॉमी, हमारी इकोनॉमी में वो कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, सो वी नीड टू रिकॉग्नाइज देयर राइट्स एंड ऑल. ओके, वी नीड टू रिस्पेक्ट देयर राइट्स एंड ऑल बिकॉज दे अंडरगो हार्डशिप, बहुत ज्यादा हार्डशिप से वो लेके जाते हैं. दैट्स द पॉइंट. Other than that there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं है वहाँ पे. Okay, so here we will directly move to the international page. So Sri Lanka halts the fuel sales for 2 weeks. This is the picture of crisis in Sri Lanka. Now countries are helping Sri Lanka, but there are some limitations. Okay, so we have to wait for IMF to come in and come out with some package. So by that time things are not going to improve. चीजें इतनी आसानी से improve नहीं होंगी. Okay, so other news is regarding Russia offensive will end when Ukraine surrenders. This is what they are saying. So every means Ukraine is also ready to fight and Russians are also not backing up, so backing down. So this is how things are going to be very alarming. Whatever is the development, it is not good for the global economy. ये global economy के लिए बिल्कुल भी ठीक चीज नहीं है. Okay, so early resolution talks should facilitate few things, उसके ऊपर focus करना जरूरी है. ठीक है ना? So that's the major point. That's the major point here. So other than that there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं है यहाँ पे. Okay, so that's it for the day then. Thank you very much.